Hello and welcome to another episode of SoFly. It is the end of November, and we're back recording another episode. My name is Mitch, and we've got Yilma.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Aldo.
Hey, everybody.
And we've got a very special guest on the show today. Austin Campbell has been passionate about fishing for, well, just about his entire life. He learned to fish for warm water species while in Atchison, Kansas on his family farm. In high school, he really got into fly fishing, spending time on rivers in the Front Range of Colorado. He took his passion to the East Coast while attending college at Penn State University. During his time there, he was part of the track and field team as a high jumper, but he was still fly fishing at least 3 to 4 times a week, learning tactics from legends like George Daniels and Joe Humphreys. Currently, Austin's a fly fishing guide, guiding on tailwaters and freestone rivers in the state. He's also starting a nonprofit with others in the Denver area called Community Fly Fishing. The goal is creating opportunities for individuals who don't have equal access to the sport and the outdoors. Community Fly Fishing provides free 101 sessions, guided outings, river conservation work, and guided courses taught by those who equally reflect Denver community demographics. As Austin puts it, the outdoors are for all. Yes, they are indeed. And today, Austin, you are on SoFly. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's great to be here and great to meet you guys.
Yeah, great to meet you too. Stoked to chat today about your fly fishing life and get a little bit more into Denver. We haven't really talked that much about like Colorado in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a couple times, but nothing like deep, you know?
Yeah, no.
Unless I'm forgetting. Maybe I'm forgetting an episode. I mean, this is episode
No, I mean,
156.
I think like when we had Eland on the show,
Yeah,
we
true.
talked. We didn't really talk. We talked more about his comedy and
Yeah.
and everything. Less
About
so
the
like
place.
Colorado and
Yeah.
definitely not Denver. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, not really.
Well, it'll be cool to chat about that today, Austin, of course, everything else. But first, like, where are you calling in from? So you're in Denver, eh?
Yeah. So I'm in Denver, Colorado. So just in the capital.
Nice.
Probably takes you about 15 minutes or so to get to the mountains, which is really nice. So, easy commutes, getting places, and yeah, I also do some fishing in the Denver area too, doing the South Platte and different lakes and ponds and stuff too. So
Sick.
it's a good time for sure.
15 minutes to get to the mountains. I didn't know that. That's pretty
Probably
wild.
live.
That's
It's
amazing.
probably like
It's a
30
hop, skip,
minutes
and a
out of
jump.
traffic.
30
The
minutes?
traffic
Yeah, okay.
is horrible.
Yeah, still, I mean, that's not bad at all. It takes us like, 40 minutes to get to Archart River. And there's no mountains around us. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's an accessible place.
Yeah, it's accessible, and definitely just being in the Front Range. There's so many spots you can go to, which is super nice. And you can go far into the mountains if you want, or just hit small creeks and stuff like that around the Denver Golden area too. So it's a good
Yeah.
spot for sure.
Sick, man. Rad.
So for those of people who don't know what the Front Range means, people
Yes.
like me,
And me. I'm
what
just-
is a
just
what
about
is
to
the
ask.
front? What is the Front Range?
Yeah. So the Front Range is just it is what it really says. So it's the Front Range of the mountains. So when you're looking at Denver, it's actually set up really interesting. When you fly in, there's really nothing out there. Like you could pretty much just be in the middle of Kansas. But
Yeah.
you keep looking west, and then you just basically see this huge just wall of mountains that just start going. And that's the Rockies. So yeah,
Right.
Kind
Kind of like
close.
Calgary, to be honest. Like I remember flying into Calgary expecting mountains, and
Right. Like
they're
nothing.
kind of like that, off in the distance.
Yeah. Sweet. So you're calling in from Denver. How's the fishing? Like, are you fishing right now? Is there fishing going on?
Yeah. Oh, man, there's fishing that goes on year round. My
Right.
favorite time
Awesome.
to go out is actually the winter time. It's really kind of my downtime too, but
Wow.
less people fishing, which is really nice. The one
Yeah.
thing, just compete with ski traffic.
Right.
So, if I can get out during the week, man, that's the best. But yeah, right now, just a few other guide trips to kind of fizzle out the season. Then I'm actually heading down to Belize, man, in 2 weeks,
Oh,
and
sick.
gonna be down there for a while. So gonna be doing some saltwater stuff and hanging out with the family. So I'm looking forward to it. So
Oh,
Who are you
rad.
going with? Who are you going to meet in Belize? What are the guides' name?
I actually don't even have anybody set up yet for guides, and I've got some recommendations from folks and stuff.
I've got some recos. I got a great reco. Yeah.
Yeah, no, with
Yeah,
luck, man,
yeah.
please. Yeah, more info the better.
Okay.
None of us have been to Belize, but Yoma's buddy from art school moved back home to Belize, paints in Belize, and is a fly fishing guide.
Oh,
Yes.
man, that's so
Yeah.
fun. That'd be a
Live the
blast.
dream.
I'm excited to go down there, and just my parents, they went last year and just fell in love with it. Just the people, the culture, the food, music, just all of it. We were able to just get down there and get a couple weeks, and it should be fun. Just a nice little vacation.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, it'll be beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
it's
can
gonna
put you
be-
in touch with Ernest. He guides for, oh my God, Aldo.
Tarpon K Lodge.
Tarpon K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
in his like off season, like if he's not booked at the lodge, then he, correct me if I'm wrong, Yelma, but
No, you're right.
he guides independently as well.
Oh, sick. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. Man. I appreciate it for sure.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I'll email you after the
Yeah.
show.
Cool.
There you go.
Sick. There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Um, it might seem like a silly question, like is there fishing there? Our fishing season's closed.
Yeah.
Aside from like 3 or 4 rivers, like Great Lakes tributaries, we don't get to fish all year round. So that's why we're always like, "What are you guys doing?" At this time of year?
Wow. Winter is your
It's-
favorite. Wow.
It's bad. It's tailwater season, so you're going to all those little tailwaters. They're still pulling out warm water and stuff from the bottom of all those reservoirs and stuff. So it's the
Yeah.
teeny tiny game. Like it's fun. You can kind of my setups right now. It's like a worm or an egg or something like that to midges, something really small, but really something to get them to kind of attract, look over, and then 9 times out of 10 they're probably not going to eat the worms. They're going to eat this little
Right.
zebra midge or something like that. So
That's cool.
it's kind of what I've been doing right now, which is fun. But yeah, and we actually, my brother and I went out and floated. We floated to Colorado actually last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so
Nice.
that's still open, but it's low. It's super low right now though too. But still
yeah,
fun.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, nice.
Because it like that, like kind of like the Colorado, like it runs on runoff, I guess, right? Like it's low just because of that, or
It's interesting, man. Like if you fish it, we'll fish in an area where it's basically coming out of. There's a bunch of different reservoirs that are. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them in like the upper Colorado area, and it's all just pouring out of the main kind of drainage of the Colorado River. And so you can keep floating on that for a while. But in the wintertime, though, once it starts getting cold, like you'll just see a bunch of ice chunks and stuff like that in the river. And so I still will fish the Colorado in the winter, but I just won't fish it in that kind of area. I'll go close to the tailwaters and stuff. But
yeah.
it's a good fish.
Yeah, cool. Well, sick, man. Yeah, it sounds like. Like Aldo said, we're jealous of that kind of year-round trout fishing that you guys have down there. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about obviously community fly fishing and your guiding, but maybe first we just start with how you got into fly fishing. Like how did fishing begin? It's back in Kansas, right?
Yeah, man, back in Kansas, and man, really, it was like the first thing I could remember really doing outside with my dad and brother and cousins and aunts and uncles. Man, everybody was out there fishing. Going to different ponds and stuff like that on the farm and catch catfish and have catfish fries. And we were catching bluegill and crappie and bass and all this stuff. It was such a good time, and I was so young, so that was such like a staple and kind of foundation for me in my outdoor journey, I guess. But we moved to Colorado when I think I was in first or second grade or something like that. And we were up in the mountains and we just noticed some people they were still fishing, but they were using super long rods. And we were like, man, like we got to figure that out. It looks like a good time. It looks like they're effective because they're catching stuff and we're going to the same places with our conventional stuff and, barely getting a bite. And so, yeah, we jumped in, man. We were fortunate enough to get a guide trip. So we went out with a guide like once or twice or so. And from there, man, I went to YouTube and just learned so much and, try to read different books and really just go into fly shops and just talk to folks and just try to just figure out different information and just how to be successful in the sport. But yeah, when I was in high school, when I was in high school and could kind of I got my license and my brother got his license obviously before me, but that was when, the game was changed. So we could just drive wherever we wanted in Colorado. So, we'd do, go 3.5 hours, either camp out, sleep in a car or something like that and just fish and hang out. And, but, really kind of getting into it as a young kid was really nice. It was nice to get into it early. And then, through high school and even college too, going out to Penn State and doing some fly fishing out there, doing a lot of fly fishing out there and, just learning from folks too, which is the biggest thing, man. So yeah, that's kind of
Did you pick Penn State because of because of fishing?
Oh man, I really did. I had it's so wrong. I kind of feel bad. I really don't feel bad.
It's good. It's good.
I mean, it's a good school.
It's a good school.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cool.
Just happens to be like incredible, trout fishing there. It's like, that's probably why you did it.
It's hilarious, man. I was going on all these little visits and stuff like that. So I went to like Mizzou and Nebraska, and they were cool. They had some fishing and stuff, but But yeah, once I went out to state college, I was like, man, this is just a no-brainer. There's fishing everywhere. It's 15, 20 minutes from campus, and you're on like the best waters, possible. So it's kind of a no-brainer there. And actually, on my visit, I think my track coach got me. I pretty much just went out and fished on my visit too with a couple of guys, and I was catching fish and hanging out, and I was like, man, I might as well come here. So yeah,
Nice.
that's kind of what happened.
Did you
I
find
love
that it was people were like willing to teach you when you were starting to learn?
They were, man. I would say they
that's
were.
awesome.
You still get those folks that are super secretive of spots, and we all got
Yeah.
spots that we don't want people to know. But it's just giving people like an opportunity to just get the basics, and I think that's what people in my life, were able to do for me, which I really appreciated. And then I would kind of take something from one angler, and then I would like listen to a podcast, pick this up from another angler, and just sort of kind of put it all together and made my own style of it that was that's effective and enjoyable. So
Yeah, it's
right
cool.
on. Nice.
Growing up in Kansas, warm water fishery primarily, right? Like that's kind of the deal. Moving to Colorado, man, I don't know, like my head would have split as a kid if I went from, a warm water fishery to like one of the best trout fisheries in the world. Like what was that like when you first got to Colorado and just saw the opportunities there?
Dude, it was so amazing. I think the one thing though, I didn't really know about like the trout game itself.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was so much insane, salmonid water or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
out there. But because first I was literally going to my buddy's neighborhood pond, in one of the suburbs of Colorado and stuff. And man, there was a bunch of snakes and stuff around the pond. And we'd run down there, and we were just catching bluegill, man, on like little dry flies, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
But then from there, man, like there was another spot that we went to on the Front Range, and we were like, all right, like we got to figure out this trout game, and really figure out what these fish are doing, how they're eating.
Yeah.
And then I think I caught my first trout on it was like a little like parachute Adams or something like that. It was
Nice.
super small,
Nice.
but
Classic.
that hooked me, man. I was like, that dry fly, I was like, all right, I gotta really, really get into this.
I gotta get into this. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool place to like get it, like learn about trout on the fly. Colorado,
Yeah.
it's pretty sick. Although I guess upstate New York. Although I was gonna say like we fish calibogie.
Yeah, we grew up in a warm water place,
Yeah.
part of the province, and we didn't really trout fish either. So yeah, that must have been. That's always like I know I relate to that a lot. When you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
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 It's just, oh my God. Something about it.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you remember what your first fish on a fly rod was? Was it a trout?
Yeah, it was a little bluegill, like a really
Sick,
small
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right
On
on.
that pond.
Little bluegill. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a good first fish on a fly
That is a
rod.
good
That's pretty
first
neat.
fish. Yeah.
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 And there's so many of them in that pond too. Like you just look over there and there's like 100 fish, like
Yeah.
all trying to eat the same bug that was just there. Like,
So
Oh,
fun.
that's
So
fun.
fun, man. Yeah, those little ponds in like the suburbs and stuff, like stormwater ponds, like full of sunnies. Like I remember doing that too when I was a kid. Like there was a pond in like my neighborhood that was the same deal. It had like bullhead and like bluegill, and I was like, we would just go down. Like people are like walking their dogs, like what the hell, you guys? And someone would dump their goldfish in there too, and the goldfish like took off, and so we were like catching goldfish. It was
That
bizarre,
is
but so fun, Like those times when you look back at it now, you're like, that's how those things start. It's cool.
Yeah. That's a plan.
I love it.
Yeah, shout out to the drainage pond.
Yeah,
exactly.
shout out to drainage
Shout out to
ponds,
drainage
man.
ponds everywhere.
Origin stories for so many anglers.
Probably probably a lot of origin stories for
Yeah.
a lot of people. I know like
That's
Mario
cool.
Taco Fly. That was his first fish.
Right.
It's a lot of our
Yep.
first fish and
Yeah.
drainage
That's
ponds,
cool.
guys.
So Penn State, graduated, came back to Colorado, and you're like, I just want to fish forever. So you became a guide. Is that kind of how it went down?
Yeah. That's pretty much how it went down. And actually I came
Wait, what
Yeah.
did you study at Penn State?
what'd you say?
Oh, good question.
What'd you major in Penn State?
I did finance and entrepreneurship.
Oh,
nice,
right.
okay.
Wow.
So there.
Well, that's
yeah.
good.
Oh, cool,
Transfer
cool.
slate.
Transfer.
Yeah, nice to get the finance secret stuff. And
Absolutely.
it's interesting though, actually. So when I graduated school, so I graduated in 2020, and so like COVID hit, and my track season was over, and
Oh,
was
yeah.
done with that, but came back and then was just like so uncertain about what to do and stuff. And obviously I started applying for different guide jobs and stuff, and was working up at Lincoln Hills Fly Fishing Club, and it was a really good time. but I also needed something in the off season, because it's like, man, like it's expensive to live in Colorado. It's expensive to live in Denver.
Yeah.
And so created a company with my mom and wife called Diverse Talent. So it's an executive search and placement firm. So kind of
cool.
in the season and stuff, I really just run the finance for the firm and
that's great.
So it's it's a nice little balance for sure, but also kind
That's
of
rad.
being able to help out the family business too. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's sick that you've able
Yeah.
to strike kind of the perfect
Yeah,
the perfect like living like
balance.
during COVID too. Jeez,
Yeah.
man, that's a lot of like that's got to be a stressful thing to start a business and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good balance
Yeah,
though.
that's
But
sick.
when the season gets rolling, man, it's so nice just to be outside though. I really just love spending that time out there, and then also being able to go into the office and help out where I can. But
For
it's a
sure.
good time. Yeah, I love it for sure.
What-
Good balance.
What is like the kind of the season? Like when can you expect to be on the water, like post runoff?
Oh man.
Or is there like I know so
Yeah.
I fished Colorado early season pre runoff.
Mhm.
So and that was pretty awesome. I did like the South Platte, which was
Sick.
and the frying pan. It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what is kind of like your season, if you will?
Yeah, man. It's and like I was saying earlier, you can take it the whole year, which is really
Right.
nice. And, I would say kind of for guiding and stuff, you do get I do a lot of trips and stuff like that in that kind of pre-runoff, time kind of, I guess that'd be April. Yeah, about like April, like May kind of area. I'll do a couple trips where people are kind of excited to get out because it's been so cold. But then runoff hits, which is kind of annoying, but it slows down a little bit. But then after that, like really in June it just kind of takes off, and you're really busy all the time. And I continue to have trips like pretty much until like Thanksgiving, which is good. So it's been going. My favorite time to fish is the fall and the winter and stuff, but. I think for my clients and stuff I'm taking out, the best time I would say is kind of the fall. It's the summer, man. There's so many people out here, which gets tough. And
all right.
a guide up on, have you guys fished deckers before?
No,
No.
I've
Okay.
heard it. I've heard about it. Like I've
Yeah.
heard that name about
Man,
a million
it's
times.
just-
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. And so you get a lot of people that are driving in from different states. They got their big camper and stuff, and people are
Yeah.
tubing. And then I was guiding that.
Right.
So it's kind of hard sometimes because you'd have this just hatch of tubers come down.
Hatch
Yeah,
tubers.
Really bit for the fish to come
I
down.
love that.
But honestly, I started using those like tube hatchers almost as just like erasers. Like it kind of, oops, sorry about that. I just got cool. Sorry about that again.
Yeah,
No, you're
worries,
fine.
man, no worries.
We
But no,
have a
it's
river
also-
like that. And we're definitely going to use the term hatch of
Oh,
tubers.
Tube hatch.
Yeah, the tube
Tube
hatch.
hatch.
Tube hatch.
I love
man.
that.
Tube hatch. But it's an eraser, man. It's so crazy. Like the fish will be like super finicky and they can be on like one certain bug,
Yeah.
or one little like midge or something. And then the tube hatch comes through and then they start eating worms and like all this other stuff. So it's super interesting, man. But
Oh,
Right,
that
like
is
they
interesting.
kick everything up.
it just kicks everything up. It's amazing. Like it's
Oh damn!
super-
I never thought about that.
But people
Good
get
point. You
so-
see tube hatch coming down, you'd like squirmy time. That's awesome.
I'm telling you. But yeah, I was also going to say too, like we've got a bunch of like springs, like spring creeks, that
Yeah.
I'll go and do a lot of just kind of like self trips just by myself with friends and stuff like that during that runoff time. So we found some really cool ones that you can fish and find a bunch of wild fish and stuff that have been in springs and stuff. So that's fun too,
Nice.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, the spring creeks. Oh my god, those look awesome.
for sure. There's some cool ones.
Because those like doesn't spring creeks, don't they like maintain their temp like
Their
all year,
temperature and-
basically the same
yeah.
sort of thing?
Yeah, pretty much like
See-
same temp, and then I think just like consistent like water flow, which is great.
Oh.
Right.
Man, there's
You
some,
get like hatches all year.
yeah, literally all year, like super
That's
cool.
so cool.
Too.
It's so sick. Like, can you imagine we had something like that here? It'd be insane.
I know.
Well, State College isn't that far.
Yeah, we're close to Pennsylvania. We're close to Pennsylvania for sure. Yeah, we
Yeah,
got-
3-hour drive.
Yeah,
it's
It's not
nothing.
so bad. It's nothing.
It's nothing, man.
It's nothing.
man.
Okay, cool. So then you started guiding, and then now you're with Front Range Anglers. Sorry, Front Range Anglers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So is that like a collective of guides, or is it a shop?
So it's a shop. So pretty much in Colorado, you've got to be under a shop that has the outfitter licenses, and then
okay.
obviously they're gonna have all the permits and stuff like that. So pretty much, I'd say about like 90% of people are really under those shops. So yeah, full service shop, and then they do a lot of destination stuff in the winter time, which is going to be cool. So I'm going to hopefully kind of get more into that, and hopefully we'll be able to like host some trips and stuff in the future. So kind of in talks with them on that. So that should be fun.
That is
cool.
yeah, because that was one of our questions because in Ontario
licenses.
there is no accreditation program. Like all three of us could just be like, we're guides now, and then you are. So yeah, it's kind of interesting learning about the way different states or different places like
Like you can do it by yourself there, right? But you just have to get all the permits.
You can do it. It's like super expensive, and then you've got the lottery system on like a lot of those rivers. So you get all set up, and then you get like subpar rivers that you can guide on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's better to go through the shop then.
Yeah, because they've had all the permits. Like when I was, when I was at Trouts and stuff, like they had a bunch of different permits kind of all over the state, which was nice because I'd drive anywhere, which was awesome. And they had float permits too, and front range anglers, they've got most of the permits in the front range and up in the Rocky Mountain National Park and stuff. So it's interesting how they kind of split it out though, like all those shops and stuff. So it's been one thing that I've just been learning and stuff while in the industry.
Do you find it competitive when you're out guiding with other guides?
Honestly, and man, I fished in some tight quarters too, but I don't know. Like, I almost just like try to even like stay away from like making it even competitive.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is
free.
This is my time to relax too. Like this is my client's time to relax. So if I can just make it as chill as possible and just also just have it be effective to where they're catching fish, or if not catching fish, just we're getting good looks and strikes and stuff.
So does the shop provide you the guides? Does the shop provide you the clients, or are you like almost like your own entrepreneur within their umbrella?
Yeah, so like the shop, they can give you trips. For me right now, it's actually been kind of nice. I've been able to kind of gain my own clientele. So I've got folks that just wanting to come out and fish with me and stuff. So I've just been able to book my own trips, and it's been really easy, which has been really great. So just being able to have that kind of consistent folks that I'm taking out and just repeat customers and stuff like that. But getting into it, I did get a lot of trips and stuff like that from the shop, and then just kind of built my own book of business, if you will. So yeah,
that's great. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
Walk and wade and floats, or
man, I am trying to get into the float game. I've been doing a lot of floating and stuff like that. And now just the one thing, if I lived further in the mountains, I would definitely do it. It'd be so much easier to be a float guide, just with the access. But, for me, it's like I got to drive 2.5 hours to get up there. And so, it's been kind of tough, but, that's something that I'm definitely going to be working on here soon. Just to be able to offer that. I think I've done a couple trips, actually. It's hilarious. You can take people out in reservoirs, which is crazy. But I took some folks to a couple reservoirs and stuff in Colorado, and we had a great time. It was a really good time.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to getting on those river floats too. So
what are you catching in the reservoirs? Like, are there just huge trout in those?
Just huge trout. Like there's
oh man,
that sounds
sick.
Yeah, there's one of the reservoirs that we go to. It's a shallow water reservoir. It's really interesting. It's like maybe 20 feet deep.
Oh wow!
So you can look down, and you can see like in the vegetation on the bottom, you can see just like trails from the fish.
Oh my god!
Going around and around the reservoir, all day. So it's kind of interesting, but that's a good time, and I really enjoy that Stillwater game.
Because like the water's super clear too, right? Because reservoir would be for like, I guess they're trying to get like a certain type of rock or something out of there, right? It's really good, clean water.
It's for Denver, actually. It's for a lot of like Denver and like kind of surrounding cities water. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, so it's super clear, super clean water.
Yeah.
Too. So yeah, there's some really big trout in there. I've really enjoyed that. It's a good time for sure.
Stillwater fishing, seeing fish down on the bottom. I mean, that sounds awesome to me. That's no problem there.
I don't see a problem.
Sounds wicked.
It's fun.
Plus, like switching it up every once in a while is pretty fun.
Yeah.
You do Stillwater stuff, you do the stuff in the river. Maybe one day you add the boat to the repertoire and floating. Floating is fun, but I am in my late 30s, so it's
it's nice to kind of sit back.
It's nice to. Actually, I enjoyed rowing. Like we bought a raft this year and.
Nice.
I enjoy rowing.
It's so
it's very peaceful. Like it's almost an activity within.
Yeah.
Aldo,
Oh yeah.
are you thinking about becoming a guide or?
No,
Okay.
No.
no. But I like rowing. I like rowing you guys around. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like when you were me around, baby. You know, no problem at all. It's a tough job guiding. I mean,
It
like,
is.
what do you like? What do you like about it, Austin? Like, what do you get out of guiding? It's fun for you.
Just the ability to like spread the knowledge, I think is just so amazing. And then when it all clicks, I think that is just the best. That's the best thing ever, man. I took
Yeah.
a group out from Texas like a couple of weeks ago, and it was fun, man. They had never fished before, but they got out there and taught them how to cast and everything, and they did so great, man. But like there was one guy I could just tell like it just clicked, and he was so into it. So it's those little moments that are like 15 seconds that I just live for, and it's just so amazing. But,
Yeah.
just spreading.
That's cool. I get that. You know, sharing the passion with people and them having actually reciprocate. You know, enjoyment. It's cool.
It's
fun.
cool. Yeah, it's cool for sure.
I dig that. What is like a typical guide day for you? Like, how does it start? Is there any tricks you like to do, like to suss people out? You know, like I'm sure there's guides listening right now that are like, yeah, what does this guy do?
Great question.
You know?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Or like you have like pre-pump up ritual at the car.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's like
slapping yourself in the face.
you're
eating a
spending
Snickers
hours
bar.
with someone, right? Like you're like, do you got to be like, okay, let's see what kind of person this is? You know, like what are the things you do
Yeah, man.
kick off a
Oh my
day?
God. And I think it's getting trips and stuff from the shop. It's like always rolling dice. You never know your clients.
Yeah.
But you've always got to come in with just like a good attitude and just
Totally.
being willing to hang out and just like teach somebody. But it's
Yeah.
hard because sometimes not everybody wants to listen, man. Like you got
Right.
the guy that's been out there like 4 times a year with the hide, most expensive rod and stuff, and he's just like not wanting to hear what you're saying when you're trying to catch these stocked fish. I'm just like, I'm just stocked fish, man. I'll tell you how to catch these fish right here.
Yeah.
It's just just being willing just to be open and just to learn, and I think is huge. But
Yeah.
for me, really, man, I think my ritual is just I gotta have like a coffee in the morning and like a little bit of breakfast or something, because sometimes like I'll cook lunch for a lot of my clients, so we got a grill and
Yep.
stuff, and so I'll
Awesome.
but it gets busy and stuff, so sometimes you don't have like time to just like eat and
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of
stop and eat.
but yeah,
Yeah.
just something to eat, man. I don't know. I eat all the time. Like people who know me know that. I just eat all the time. Yeah, just that and a little bit of coffee.
Like Yilma. Maybe you guys are related. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys both have
maybe.
Campbell as a last name. You know,
Man,
this is starting to really add up.
Same last name.
Yeah,
Same last name, like to eat all the time. I don't know.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yuma. Yeah.
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 you gonna say,
It's
Aldo?
funny because
Oh.
no, I was gonna say it's funny because just thinking about Austin, you're saying stuff like, some people are more willing to learn than others. I feel like there's like with guiding there sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's like this dichotomy of client or maybe client angler expectation or relationship where sometimes it's like there's this air of like some guides have this air where like, well, you better know your shit before you go out with this guide, but then some
Yeah.
and it's like, is a guy like when is a guide and when's a guide an educator? At what
Or like a
point?
legend that you have to like
Yeah, it's
impress.
like, oh, you better, you better get your shit together before you go hang out with Mitch, or else he's gonna yell at you or something, And it's
Can you
like,
imagine?
I thought a guide was,
Supposed to be a guide.
supposed to be, in part an educator, but maybe sometimes it's just a fish pointer outer. I don't know. Do you find you get more people needing that education, or do you find you get more people that just want to be like, what? Tell me where to
Drive
put the
me to
line,
the
dude.
spot
Like,
and,
kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I think it's a mix, and it really comes down to kind of the experience of the angler too, because I'll get a lot of folks that have never fished, and we'll have a day like that is super fun.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you're saying, you got, some of those guys are like, guys that have been like, I've been doing this for so long, and maybe they're like just not, I don't know, like not as open or just not as, like maybe
Right.
excited or something like that. But I think like all you can do is just like show up and just, I don't know, just be a good person, number one. I think that just comes down to
Yeah.
being a good person, being able to just connect with the folks that you're taking out, and
Exactly.
It's a
Good point.
vacation for people, man. So it's like if I show up and I'm like, in a bad mood or, mad
Yeah.
that you're like setting the hook, in the wrong, or setting the hook in the wrong way or something like that, then, that's
Yeah.
like me ruining your vacation. And, if you're going to spend time and, money to come out on the water, it's like,
Money.
make the
Yeah.
best day you can. Like, just enjoy yourself. And, it's a better day than sitting in an office. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
You're right. It is kind of just like a personality thing, right?
It is,
Like,
and
I
you don't
mean,
know what their clients are going through at that moment or why they're there.
Right,
and
exactly,
it's-
exactly.
yeah,
You never know, But yeah,
Yeah.
just being able to just like hang out. Like that's
They
it.
could have saved years to do this trip with you.
That's
Yes.
true too.
You know,
Yeah.
and like that could be their one big, something I come from the food and beverage industry, Austin, and something when I was early on, one of my managers said something to me that stuck with me. It was like, "Hey man, you might serve
Yeah.
200 margaritas tonight,
Yeah.
but there might be one person you serve one margarita to that they've had the shittiest week on earth, and they've saved up all week to
Yeah,
have this
exactly.
be their one night out where they get to relax." And I think that's
Exactly.
really smart of you to say that, Austin. I think it's like, I need to like sit back and realize that, maybe people have been planning this for years and they're really excited,
Yeah, it means something
And
special
then,
to them,
and then you show up and you get me and I'm like smoking a cigarette and spitting and being like,
Yeah.
"Cat's
Mad
over
at
there."
It is a hospitality thing. You're right.
Yeah.
It is like very much that.
Yeah, that's man. Like Aldo, that's such a good reference because it is hospitality. Like that's really what you're doing. It's just you're taking care of that individual all day and making sure that they are having a good time or just anything that they need. You're running to go get it or but that's that game and just being able to just leave. Like when you leave, I think the parking lot and people are just like so stoked and just so excited and or even just tired, man. I'm like, yo, you guys had a hell of a day. Like that's amazing. That's all you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite memory that sticks out from guiding over the years? Like something that you're just like, oh man, this one client,
or maybe just like a moment where like maybe it clicked for somebody or something.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a novice client.
Yeah, this was actually like so crazy. I was we were like guiding up in this area at Lincoln Hills, and you got to cross the water, but the rocks are pretty slippery, right? So and I told this guy was super into it. He's like, I gotta catch these fish, and I'm like, all right, man, like go do what you need to do. I'll be on this side. Let me know if you need anything. And his brother and stuff was there too, but so he crosses the water. And I will never forget, I just started like washing all this brown water. And mind you, we are on a headwater, right? So I just started seeing all this brown water start moving down. And he's on the other side. And I was just like, well, I was looking over there. I was like, man, like this guy's got to like come back. And, I ran up to where he was. I was just like, hey, man, like, if you want to turn around, it'd be great. This water's kind of going up. I'm not sure what's going on right now. But, if you could just cross back over it. He's like, oh man, like don't worry about it. Like just give me like 10 minutes or so. And I was just like, all right, like you're good. This is your trip, man. Like this is your day, man. So he stayed over there. But man, when he was crossing back over, I just remember seeing him slip and he just went under and I ran down there and just grabbed him and pulled him out. And I was just like, dude, that was just so crazy. But the water wasn't like super high or anything like that. But just watching him slip and stuff, I was just like, man, you just got to get up. You just got to stand up. Listen to your
Stand
guy,
up.
man. Like, I'm not gonna like kill you, man. Right.
I mean, that's a good.
That must have been
like,
so
lesson.
stressful. You just start seeing the water start going up and up and up.
Yeah.
You're like,
You gotta come back. Like, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, listen to your guy. Listen to your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your guy. Yeah, exactly.
Come back tomorrow and do crazy stuff. Like, don't get me. Yeah, I don't want to like have to like save somebody.
No, like,
Jeez.
no, it's fine.
That's a whole other listen to your guide that I can appreciate though. Safety, listen to your guide. It's like it's one thing about the fish, but like
just
man, if
listen.
your guide's like, oh,
Yeah, and I promise you, because we're on like this whole, we had a mile of private water. So I was just like, hey man, like if you cross back, we can literally just go fish in another spot. We're good.
it's a ton of
we
good
don't
water.
have to
like,
fish right here.
No,
Don't have to do this.
that,
I love it.
That was kind of crazy, but stressful moment, but it's good.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a crazy job, man. So hats off to you guiding. I mean, I don't think I could ever do it. Can you imagine? I would be so grumpy all the time.
Yeah.
Can we go home? I'm cold.
You would be.
I can't imagine. Nice, man. I love it.
No,
Okay, community fly fishing. Why don't we talk about that now? Because that's a project that, like, what's the deets behind community fly
For
fishing?
sure, man. I think it's probably like one of the most beautiful things ever. So really what it is, it works both sides. So one, we do want to get new instructors that are from underrepresented communities. So we are kind of building this community on that side, just folks that I didn't even know that were in our community that are fly fishing and spending time in the outdoors and such. And then on the other side, really we're going to different nonprofits, just different groups and organizations in the Denver area, and really just extending this free invitation to learn how to fly fish that's taught by people that really kind of equally represent our community. So, yes, that does include white folks, it does include brown folks, and it really does include whoever you are. So really just being able to show up just genuine and just really as you are and really come together and just learn how to fly fish. So it's been great.
Cool.
Man. We've partnered with the Nature Conservancy of Colorado. So they've got a spot called Phantom Canyon. It's close to kind of the Wyoming, like Fort Collins kind of area up there. But they've opened their doors to us, which has been amazing. So we go out there and use their facilities, teach people how to fish, and
Wow.
it's been amazing. Yeah, it's been really cool. And then we partner with different other organizations like Rare Waters, and they've opened their doors, and we'll go use some of their properties that they're leasing out and such too. So it's great. I've really, really enjoyed it. And it's been great to just see the whole, even just fly fishing community coming together and, just getting the materials and goods that we need to be successful and to be outfitted for it too. So
That's sick.
yeah, it's good stuff.
When did it start? Like, when did you guys kick it off?
Yeah, so we started actually really in 2020, and when we during the COVID time, and really we were just going to different parks, and we were going to different parks in really areas where our community is. So we would go to 5 Points, we go to Curtis Park over there, or we go to Montbello, go to Green Valley Ranch, and just just have these kind of free casting clinics just to teach people how to cast, and we would do fly tying and like knot tying and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
COVID really set the tone.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
I said COVID really set the tone.
Yeah,
For you.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, it really set the tone for it.
Yeah.
Just that time to just kind of come together and just slow down, which is cool. So,
Yeah.
our biggest thing now is just, it's been great having those experience in, in the parks and stuff in the Denver area, but now just getting folks out there and really into the mountains and further away just to have that opportunity. So, we'll provide, carpools if people need that too, just to get people out there. And yeah, so it's been great.
Sick.
It's been awesome.
And the reception's been like pretty good. Like, you notice like more and more people, like the community kind of growing. And
Oh, it's been growing. Yeah, I think we just put our numbers together. We did like 213 people like over the last year actually till our last
Wow.
event in November, which is great. So
That's
it's
sick.
growing, man. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So,
That's really cool.
Yeah, and in the off season and stuff too, we'll do different fly time events at different fly shops or just different locations in the Denver area too. So we're always doing something. Just wanting to bring people together. So yeah.
That's sick. Why did you want to? So you're one of the founders of that, right? Like,
Yeah, so it's really me and my brother kind of came together and we had this idea, and I should probably answer your question, but we were just sitting in the kitchen this one day and we were like, man, like it would just be so nice to be able to just see other people like us, like out on the river,
right?
And also just being able to have a platform, for people like us to really just have an opportunity to start, because it's an access issue. That's what it comes down to, man. It's expensive getting in the mountains. Not everybody has the ability to take off time of work and things along that nature. So if we could just do something to provide, some sort of small, kind of a wrench in the equation, just to allow people to have an opportunity, that's really what we're trying to do. So,
That's sick. Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
It's like I think we've talked about this before. Just the idea of like social media, like in a way, like it's so good. It's so great because you could do this type of stuff, like connect community and give people like access. Like
Totally.
Like this type of stuff never existed when we were all kids, right? Like it was sort of just like that's why we're fishing goldfish in ponds, like it's cool. It's cool that that you guys are doing that and you're seeing like community respond to it.
For sure. Yeah, and it's amazing too. And I was at the to the Orbis store the other day actually, and was grabbing some stuff and saw one of the ladies that went to I think one of like the first events that we had at Phantom Canyon. But she was in there buying waders, man. And I was just
cool.
like, damn, like what a win. That is just so cool.
Yeah.
Like what a win. So
Yeah, that's a huge one. Yeah, that's a commitment too,
Yeah.
Like if they're buying waders, it's like, oh, they're into
they're
it.
into it. Yeah.
and so the thing of it is now too, it's like, okay, we can offer this super, amazing experience. But what's next? Right. And so,
Yeah.
for our sponsors and stuff, we've kind of been working with them to just offer more, even just discount codes that we can give folks, to have that opportunity to buy a pair of waders that, couldn't afford it, or, even a fly rod and stuff like that. So yeah, that's been really cool, and just something that we're working on now too. So yeah.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really, really fun.
I love that.
Community projects, it's always nice to like see, other people like-minded people, or people like you said, people like you that are in the community, and you can come together and kind of connect. I think it's it's cool. Like why is that important? Like what do you think makes that, like what is that, what's special about that?
Yeah.
That need
Good
to
question,
connect.
buddy.
Thanks, Yoma.
You're welcome.
So I really think the whole ability to have somebody have that opportunity that, maybe even just hasn't been to the mountains, just to like, for me, it's like, if they like it, that's great. But if they don't, at least you tried it and were able to get out. So I think it's important. It's an important thing, just even thinking like mental health too. Just, I think that's why, it's big to have that, just being able to go do something different, get away from your phone, or, just the hustle and bustle every day, man. Like just go connect with the outdoors. And isn't it good to see? I saw something online. I don't know if it's real or not, but it was like your brain needs to see water or something like that. It like does something.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool. I'm like, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
There's definitely something I'm getting. So,
yeah, totally. There is. You're right.
There is.
It's like something like innate, in our minds that like we need to be. That's why we I guess why we settle on, well, maybe there's resourceful reasons for that too, but like, I don't know, like we're always, anytime I go to like a lake, I'm like, wow, look at that thing, and you're right. It totally does like restore your spirit,
Yeah. Just restoring spirit, and, it's just, that ability just to chill. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And floating, when we were talking about that earlier, that is just such a peaceful day. Like I love that, man. Like, if every day I could just go out and just float and just be on the river, not even like I don't even have to fish, man, just to hang out and just, just be out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So,
I love it.
Or looking at the ocean, walking a flat. Anybody? Belize?
Yeah.
Hello.
Belize. It's Belize time.
yeah, put some shorts on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting, man. Belize.
How many events do you try, or like ideally in your head, like with community fly fishing, like monthly?
Yeah.
Let's say, like, how many events would you like to see running, like, community fly fishing running a year?
For sure.
A year
Yes.
per month or whatever? Like, is there a It doesn't have to be, but just curious, really.
No, over the past year, we did about 1 to 2 events per month. Obviously it's going to be a little bit more busy in the winter time as we get outside and stuff like that. But yeah, it's about 1 to 2 a month. I think we ended up doing about 14 this last year. So
Okay.
it's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah.
That's good frequency. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It gets a lot. It's a lot of coordinating and stuff, but it's so damn worth it, man. It's so fun. It's a good time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's like cool once you start reaching out to like other people, other businesses or parks, like you say, and they're just like, yeah, come, like, it's like, it's sick that like, these types of projects like people are just open to like giving access and stuff, like it's cool that reception's been positive in that sense too, from a support standpoint.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Really, man, we got funded by Patagonia. I kind of pitched the idea.
Sick.
Okay, this is what
amazing.
we're doing. And that's really kind of what was able to push it even further, so we can really kind of get out there, and go further into the outdoors. But it was just awesome to see that, because you're always seeing, different companies saying, or just, pushing like the DIY or community, agenda. But, it's cool to see the ones that really just kind of back it up, and, they're there for you, and they're down to, support and help out. It's amazing. Like Orbis, they donated a bunch of rods to us, and
That's
Uncle
wicked.
Fellow
Yeah.
merchants, man. Every single event that we have on the water, they give us flies and tippet and leaders, for that. So it's beautiful, man. And even Fish Pond gave us nets, and it's been awesome just kind of putting it all together. And right now we're kind of doing this fundraising thing for Colorado Gives Day, really to get waiters, since that's kind of like the last thing that we need.
Yeah.
And then we'll be pretty much like fully outfitted. So yeah,
Oh, that's great.
Sick.
pretty cool. But it's amazing too. I'm sorry. But even when we with us not even having waiters right now, man, we would reach
Yeah.
out to fly shops, and they would just be like, hey, here's 4 or 5 pairs that we got right now. We go to other fly shops, grab pairs too, and we were able to kind of put it all together. But it was cool to see them kind of support it too, and
That's
really
sick.
care about the mission. So it's really cool.
Does Front Range help out where they can as well?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They've been giving us all the waiters right now. Since I work there, I can just go in and scoop everything
Yeah.
up.
Yo, shout out to Front Range anglers.
Yeah, Front Range and Rocky Mountain anglers too during the summer, man. They were huge on that stuff, man. So really,
great.
Love it.
it's real cool. It's real
Yeah.
cool.
That's great. I love the
That's good.
positive reactions and
Yeah.
help from everyone. Yeah, it's good.
For sure.
Yeah, it's sick, man. Okay, Mitch's Fishes 5 time.
Yeah, I
Are
think
we
so.
there? It's only
That time of the
it's
show?
only 8:53, man.
I think we're there. I mean, we're almost an
Yeah, no, I'm
hour in.
just
Time
kidding. I'm
flies
just
when you're
kidding.
having fun.
Yeah.
Fly fun.
Fly fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. We do a segment in the show.
Actually,
we
Mitch, I
ask
got
every
one.
guest-
Sorry. One
Oh,
last thing.
yeah,
about-
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Are you finding with community fly fishing? Are you finding? Have you found anybody that didn't know the sport, but now they do? And
Right.
Are they totally gone insane
Into
for
it?
fly fishing?
Or they totally hate us.
Yeah.
We've got a problem. We've got a bunch of folks and they'll just reach out for more information too. They're just like, hey, I had a lot of fun at this event. What can I do next? And so I'm always just sending them different information. And having
That's
meetings,
awesome.
connecting with the instructors and stuff, man. Like you can tell people get the bug, and it's crazy. And I think right now one thing that we actually did, we had one gentleman go through the program, and he went to an on-water instructional day, so he learned kind of the basics and went out there, fished, and really kind of hung it with us, for the full year. And now he's going to be an instructor, which is cool. So that's like another really cool kind of win. And if he ever wants to go and try to guide or something like that, at least he can go to the guide service or outfit or lodge with some sort of experience on a resume. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool being able to provide that. So.
Oh, wicked.
Super cool. Introduce someone to fly fishing and it turns into something. It's like,
man, it's cool.
yeah.
More stewards, that's for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Stewards.
Love it. Okay, awesome. We do a segment in the show called Mitch's Fishes 5, where it's 5 questions we ask every guest we've had on the podcast. Same 5 questions. Nothing unique about how you have to answer them. You can take your time. It's not a buzzer beater or anything, but I'm going to ask you these 5 questions now. The first one is, what is your favorite fish and why? If you had to pick a fave fish, what would it be?
Oh man, I'd probably say brook trout. I love catching brook
Nice.
trout. Yeah, or even just finding a nice brook trout stream, and they're just all in there, and
Yeah.
they're so pretty, man. It's a beautiful fish.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they really are something special. I like. And the brook trout fishing in Colorado is pretty solid, eh?
Amazing, man. It's so
Yeah.
good. There's some really cool spots that you can get way up in the hills, and it's amazing out here for sure. And even in Pennsylvania too, it's some great brook trout,
Yeah.
little streams and stuff too. So yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Brickies are so sick, man. Even where they live, it's like they're it's like browns are cool, rainbows are cool, but brookies, I don't know. There's something very
There are native fish, Mitch.
mysterious about them. That's true.
Yeah.
Up here.
true.
There are native fish.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They're I
Yeah.
feel like they're still feisty, they're willing to
Yeah.
fight. And maybe it's 6 inches, but it's willing to fight.
Yeah.
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 Well, there's so much that's
Yeah.
cool. They'll take streamers. They'll take
Oh,
streamers. They'll eat mice. They'll take dries. They'll
Yeah.
take hoppers. They'll take nymphs. It's like, okay.
They
Awesome.
can be small, they can be huge.
Yeah.
I love it. Brickies are great. Number 2 is, if you could fish anywhere in the world right now, assuming it's the best fishing you'll ever have in your life, where would you go and why?
Oh man, I would probably go back down to Baja and go for rooster fish. That's a blast.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even get to go to, like Mag Bay and all those crazy places, but it was
Yeah.
so fun. Like that is such a blast. Being able to just be on the beach. Got the mountains right there too. Still super pretty. Yeah, just
Yeah.
rooster fish on the beach.
Oh,
That's
man.
great. That's fun.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So you did it. You've done it before.
Yeah,
When did you go?
I did, man. I was doing it for a project with a few buddies. Actually, it was with Elon. He's got a whole
Oh, sick.
video of this whole thing. Of we were on the beach and we were kind of done shooting for the day, and we didn't catch anything. We didn't catch any roosters or anything like that, and we were just messing around. And I was just casting out, and he filmed the whole thing. It was hilarious. And I'm stripping in, and then just boom! I caught this like little rooster fish, which was kind
Yeah.
of fun. It was cool. I guess, it wasn't, it was in January, so it really wasn't in season and stuff, but it was a blast. I'm like, man, I got to go back down there and do that. So,
Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, dude, that looks like the craziest thing, like
Oh,
fishing the beach and roosters are so cool looking. Like they're such a unique fish,
Yeah.
Mitch's
like
bucket list.
yeah, nothing looks like a rooster,
Yeah.
like that dorsal
I
fin
know.
it's crazy.
or fins, I should say,
Oh,
Yeah.
It is
oh, it's
so
wild.
good.
It's
I was
wild.
doing-
Yeah, that's super fun. I'm glad you were able to get one too. Like, is it tricky fishing roosters? I guess, like you said, that time of year it wasn't really
Yeah,
like
like-
the time, right?
The one, like you're kind of just looking for the man. And I was trying to find so much information. So I was listening to podcasts, YouTube.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing was just kind of looking for the bait balls. So like right where that
Right.
rake is, and then you'd actually start seeing them just like come really quick, and then you just start running
Yeah.
out there and just start casting as like far as you can.
Yeah.
Start stripping them in. But it was a really good time. And one of our buddies that was actually down there, he had like a big like surf rod too, and so he was just launching
Oh, yeah.
that thing out there to try to bring some in that were even further out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a blast, man. That's probably
Oh my god,
right there.
it's so sick.
Do you have it on your
Yeah,
Instagram?
it
Because
sounds
I'm trying to
so
find
sick.
the video.
It's actually
Or is it on
on my
Elon's?
Instagram. It was. I took it down because
Ah.
Oh no.
I gotta.
But it's up there somewhere, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
Elon,
on-
send it to us. Elon's
Yeah.
been on the
send
show.
it to us, Elon. Yeah.
Elon,
Gotta see this.
send us a.
But, no, man, on that same trip, that was so fun. We we did tuna down there, and then we also did
Oh
did
shit!
marlin. I didn't
Wow.
land one, but that was a lot of fun too. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I love the salt game. I love
Yeah.
trout, but love the salt game. That's a blast.
Yeah.
It's just such an adventure.
best.
Like,
It's the best.
just-
No offense to all the trout in the world, but
No, it's like hunting.
Salt's
Go
cool.
on hunting and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
It's just big, everything's bigger,
Yeah.
like feeling.
Warmer.
Yeah.
I mean, marlin, like marlin in the ocean, it's like that's not fishing, that's like a mission,
Yeah.
it's a fishing.
It's
It's
like-
a fishing mission.
It's a fishing mission.
That's a mission.
Deep water and like big fish, like it's so cool.
That's cool. Yeah, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can dig that. That's a good place to go. Okay, number 3 is, what is your best or favorite fishing memory? One of your best fishing memories of all time.
Oh man.
What's one that comes to mind?
Oh, here we go. I'd probably say I think I was like 6 years old, and I went fishing with my dad for like one of the first time. No, it wasn't the first time. We went fishing.
Yeah.
I put the rod behind my head and then just like threw it forward, and just like the whole hook just like hooked into his neck.
Oh.
And it was just so, I've never been yelled at so much, but that just will still, it's just in my mind, man. Oh my God. I always think about that, but he was good, but yeah, that kind of started my whole fly fishing. That was the start.
Was it a fly?
No, it wasn't.
Was it a fly?
That was conventional. So I was like, man,
Nice.
probably learn how to fly fish now.
Was it a treble hook?
Oh,
No, it
man.
actually wasn't trouble. We were
Oh,
going
shit.
for like, there was corn on it.
Nice.
Oh, my
That
God.
was,
I love that. That's a great like father-son fishing moment. We've heard some of those stories in the past. It's always so like, we caught fish and like the sun was nice. It was just perfect, Yours just like, I hooked him in the neck and he was freaking out. I love it. That's great.
That's yeah. It's got plenty of real estate in that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's sick, man.
Lives rent free, as they say.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4 is, why do you fly fish? What do you get out of fly fishing? Keeps you going back.
Yeah. I'd probably say just it's a time to relax, man. It's a time to just unwind just the connection with the nature and just being outside. I love being in the moment. I love being in the moment and like whatever you're doing, with that adjustment to your cast or presentation of the fly matters so much because you're in that moment. It's so cool. So yeah, I think just being present.
That's a good point. Yeah. It does really bring you into the moment. Like it's hard to when you see a rising fish, think of anything else.
Right. You're just staring at it. You're like, oh my god,
like,
fish you.
Yeah. I gotta catch that thing. I gotta catch it.
Yeah, you freak out. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, number 5, Mitchie's Fishy's 5 is what fly pattern represents you best and why? If you were a fly, what would you be?
That's a great question.
It'd take a minute, it's all good, and it's kind of a weird one.
Man.
We've heard a lot.
Yeah, we gotta make that book.
We gotta make that book. We gotta make that book. We think we're gonna turn it into a book.
No, we're totally gonna do that.
That'd be a cool.
100%.
A
lot of woolly buggers.
A lot of woolly buggers.
Woolly bugger.
When you like get the question like in the second, you go, woolly bugger, I guess.
Yeah, I'd probably say a waltz worm.
Oh,
nice.
That's a first.
Nice. Nice. Why that fly?
I don't know.
Great.
I feel like it can be like effective in different situations, and really honestly, in kind of any situation that it's presented in, since it's such like a random, weird looking thing that looks like nothing, but it looks like everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably say a waltz worm. I don't even know. Probably just because too.
I like that.
Like the rabbit, like hair or whatever. I like how it just kind of like is in motion, like in the water, and so I think that's just kind of going with the vibe. And I'd say like I just kind of go with the vibe and just figure it out.
I like that. That's nice, man.
Smooth.
That's a good answer.
A little bit
Answer, man?
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
We get a lot of like I don't know woolly bugger because I like them. It's like right on.
Podcast
No
over.
offense to anybody that said.
Yeah, no, woolly bugger's great. No, your answers are awesome. But waltz worm, I love that. That's an awesome fly. And that's the first time we've heard waltz worm, I believe, as well. So there you go. I love it. Well, awesome. That's the show, man. I mean, first of all, thanks for coming on.
I was
yeah,
good.
Yelma.
Every time you say Austin, I'm like, is he saying awesome or Austin? I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah, it's true. Maybe I do need to. Austin. Very, very nice for you to come on the show. It was great to obviously chat about, your fishing life and hear a little bit more about Colorado. And yeah, we got to do another show just about Baja, maybe. Maybe we should go to Baja.
Let's all go to Baja.
Yeah, I would love to go to Baja.
What do you think of that?
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
That trip.
Let's do it.
For sure. But yeah, man, super appreciate it. I mean, now's the time to like plug stuff you got going on. Where can people find you to book you for a guided day? How can people get involved in community fly fishing?
For sure.
All the plugs.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Community fly fishing, go to our website, www.communityflyfishing.com. Super easy there. We're also on Instagram too. And then for myself, I'm on Instagram as well. It's just Campbell Fly Fishing. And then, just trips and all that stuff too. You can message me through Instagram or, call Front Range Anglers too. They've got everything that you need to get set up. So I appreciate the opportunity, man. It's fun. Like you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And I've had some like badass people on the show, so I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course, man. Yeah, no, it was great to chat, and we'd love to get together one day and fish. Maybe we can make our way down to Colorado and hit the water together. Or hey, if you're up here, we'll go fish bass or something.
Well, I mean, might be in Denver for the fly fishing show.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
In January? Is that January? It's January. January.
That's coming up, man. Let me know for sure, please. Love to get out with you guys for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we could go hang out, or we could stay like an extra day or something.
That'd be sick.
That's cool. Let's do it.
That'd be rad. But yeah, man, great to meet you. And
thanks for the kind words.
For coming on the show.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Awesome, man.